Yellow. Oh, hey. What's good? Listen. Wait a second. Let me tell you about this thing.
You know, when something happens, like with the whole Liam Neeson thing that kicked off with his statements yesterday or whatever, sometimes it does take you a quick minute to process exactly what it is that's going on. I mean, yesterday I was bemused and angry at what Liam Neeson said. You know, he went trolling the streets of his native Dublin, I think, looking to kill a black man, not the perpetrator of the alleged rape, the rape of a member of his family, a woman who claimed the black man raped her, a stranger. He didn't go trolling for the rapist. He went looking to find any black man. Yeah. You know, what do you do with that? It's absolutely, you know, extraordinary in so many ways, right? First of all, it just goes to show you can't trust any white man. I mean, who can you trust? I think a lot of people are betrayed by what he said, because when you watch a film, an action film, you root for the hero. You put yourself in the role of the hero, yeah. And when it turns out in real life that person is a hair's breadth away from being everything you despise, yeah, that person could have been the racist killer who stabbed Stephen Lawrence. It could have been Liam Neeson, but for fate, but for, you know, luck and fortune, it could have been him that plunged the knife into Stephen Lawrence's chest, right? You know, I mean, he's practically, what he said made him practically indistinguishable from any other asshole racist killer. That's the truth of it, right? So, I don't know. It's disturbing, but also it's not surprising. And let me tell you why it's not surprising, right? When I saw Taken, I enjoyed the film. I mean, who didn't enjoy that film? It's a fucking awesome film, right? But the part of me that reads Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's The ISIS Papers, the part of me that understands white supremacy intimately well, yeah, knew something was off about that film. And here's what's off about that film, right? The bad guys, yeah, are foreigners. They're foreigners, right? They are, you know, Eastern European, right? Ostensibly. But you know, had this film been made in the 1970s or the 1980s, yeah, each one of those bad guys would have been a black guy, right? There'd have been ghetto thugs, or there'd have been Jamaican yardies, or something. There would have been black, right? And so I knew, even as I watched that film and enjoyed him taking out all the bad guys, because, you know, they've taken my daughter, you've got my daughter, whatever, right? Even though as all that shit was going on, I knew full well, yeah, that all of the bad guys were really black guys, yeah, black guys in the imagination space. Yeah, it's just that you can't put black guys out as bad guys. You can't do that anymore directly. So you use the next best thing, and that's what Brexit is about, really. Of course, right? Brexit is about, you know, independence from the other and illegal immigration and all the rest of that shit. But really, it's really about fear of the stranger, fear of the foreigner. And who is more foreign than a black guy? Who? Yeah. It's weird on so many levels, right? Because it's like, you know, it's so vague, isn't it? It's so vague. a family member says she was raped, was there a police investigation? I mean, by who? Just a random black guy? Under what circumstances? We know white women lie about rape. That's what happens. White women, historically, there's a huge, evidentiary base, to tell us and show us that white women lie about rape. They say black men rape them, and then black men get lynched. We know about Emmett Till. We know about all of these. We know the history of this. Okay, so it's weird. It's on so many levels. It's strange, man. It's like if I knew Liam Neeson, or even if I didn't, if it said, oh my God, my sister got raped, the first thing I would have said was, shit, let's go find the bastard. Let's go get him. Yeah. So it's so strange because your thing is getting justice for a victim of crime, but his thing was, actually, nigga, it's you. Nigga, it's you. Yeah, you'll do. Any black guy will do. It's. But let me also say this, right? Let me also say, right, that I don't believe Liam Neeson is a racist in a conventional sense. Yeah, he's not a member of the Nazi Party or the alt-right or anything like that. But what it does show is that you just don't know. It's like I was out yesterday. At a cafe. I was thinking, I wonder if that white guy is out for me, or that white guy, and I just thought, I've got to sharpen all of my skills. My fighting skills. There's a reason that I'm a fighting man, because I'm not, it's like just any white guy standing. That's who Liam Neeson was. He was any white guy standing outside a bar, right? And any black guy could have just been minding his fucking business and asked him, excuse me, mate, do you know the time? And he'd have come out with his club, and beaten him to death, or would have come out with his knife and stabbed him in the chest. You know what I'm saying? And probably they'd have just said, oh, it was a random attack. They wouldn't even have said it was a racist attack, because would he have said this? Would he have said this was a motivating factor? So there's probably a bunch of racist attacks that happen, right? And you don't even know that it was because, basically every time a white guy kills a black guy, you have to assume that it's based on race. You have to make that assumption, and it's a good assumption. Yeah. I mean, the other thing that was interesting to me, it was such a shitty set of reports on the television. Nobody mentioned, nobody was really talking about it in terms of racism. Not really. Yeah, because are we going to start boycotting Liam Neeson's films now? Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to start boycotting his films? Yeah? I mean, are we going to have a mute Liam Neeson? Hashtag mute Liam Neeson? Is that what's going to happen? Because I don't think so. Yeah? Where are all the white men? Where are all the white women? Yeah? Condemning Liam Neeson for his racism. Where is that happening? I didn't see it happening. I didn't see Tom Cruise come out and condemn the racism. I didn't see Steven Spielberg come out and say that's really not acceptable. I didn't hear any of that. It was left to a few fringe, shea butter black feminists who were desperate for the attention, popping up as a talking head on BBC News for a 3-second soundbite. That horrible Okafor woman, that horrible Okafor shea butter black feminist woman, popped up, like an imbecile. Started wittering on before, she was cut off and it transitioned to the sports, and now the sports. I mean, the whole thing was ridiculous, to be honest. But I am glad that it's come out, because it's out in the open, and it's really just what I expected. It's what I suspected. White men have it in for black men, and black men are not seen as victims. Yeah, I mean, the world's smallest violin exists for black men. Nobody cares. Yeah, not liberals, not feminists. Nobody cares about black men. Yeah, they are totally expendable. Yeah, they are not seen as victims in any way. You know, feminists see them as, you know, part of the patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, white people see them as violent, aggressive rapists. So it's perfectly fine for people to trawl the streets with weapons, looking for phantom black attackers that don't really exist except in the figment of white women's imaginations, like Liam Neeson's sister's imagination. That shit did not fucking happen. Did not fucking happen, man. Some random black rapist. That's fucking if. That didn't happen. I'm not saying black rapists don't exist, of course, but that shit did not happen. Did not happen. And anyway, just thought I'd kind of give you my initial thoughts on it. You know, it's on the one, it's disturbing. I get that it's disturbing. It's disturbing, yeah, to hear, you know, an actor. I mean, look at fucking Viola Davis talking all about how, you know, she's in an interracial love scene, yeah. With a honky leading white man, and all this bullshit, and how proud she was as a dark-skinned black woman, and then that same white man, yeah, is running around with weapons trying to kill black men. How the fuck does that make you look, you dumbass? I mean, the whole thing was just ridiculous, and you know, she's shamed by her comments. And you know, my friend was telling me Widows is a great film. But something about her commentary and all of that shit, all that interracial shit, put me off from seeing it, and I'm so glad I did not put my money down to see that bullshit. Fuck that. Yeah? But anyway, yeah, that fuck that. Listen, okay, man. Just my thoughts on that shit, and I just wanted to dial in and just drop that. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy. Alright, I'm out here. Peace.